Air sports policy, the draft regulations for the same. Now this air sports policy is highly important because it would bring in rules and regulations for services and equipments and would require that these services and equipments must be registered. So it would be at a two-level authority. The first, at the central level, the apex level, would be the Air Sports Federation of India. This Federation of India, the ASFI, would be registered at the Lausanne headquartered Federation Aeronautique Internationale, and then there would be state level bodies working with the same. So what would be included in air sports? A good question. So vintage aircraft, ballooning, paragliding, any kinds of air sports which could be including drones, hang glidings, etc. would be part of the air sports policy. Now under this, what all would be brought into regulation? So the certifications, the regulations for the same, the penalties or the fines imposed for the same. Then there can be awards or competitions for air sports which all would be registered through this ASFI. Also, schools and the colleges would be promoted for bringing air sports as part of their curriculum, and in India there would be certain control zones which would be mandated. Now already we have air sports which are popular in certain parts of country. For example, in Himachal Pradesh it would be Birbaling. Then you would have in Sikkim, it is Gangtok. In Sikkim, it is the region of Gangtok. Similarly, then we have in the region of Kerala, the area where you would have it would be the Vagamon area. So Vagamon in Kerala would be another location, and then in Maharashtra, Hadapsar. So Hadapsar in Maharashtra would be the other location which would be declared as the control zones for air sports. Now it is not just this which is part of the air sports policy, but also besides this there would be certain provisions. There would be more focus on developing the air sports equipments indigenously as part of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Also, for the first few years, the import on the air sports equipment would be waived. So waiving of the import on the air sport equipment is another part of it, and bringing it under the GST 5% regime is another target. So reducing the GST on these would be another important development which would be part of it. So as part of the draft air sport policy, what all are important is the ASFI, its registration with the global platform, which is the Federation Aeronautique Internationale, the 4 places where already air sports are popular in India, what all kinds of rules, regulations, certifications, competition awards would be part of the ASFI, and then the developments on the side of the government. This whole would process under Ministry of Civil Aviation. So this is an important development, a breakthrough development in the sports sector. We will be covering many interesting sessions. Have a wonderful day ahead.